just start. Okay, we're going to start sitting. So I have my blanket here and I have my belt here. Lulu, can I sit on my block? Yeah, thank you very much. Good girl. Okay, and we just sit. So just sit comfortably. So if I sit sideways to you, I want to show you how to sit comfortably with the back. So I'm sitting on my block. So if you want to sit on a block or folded blanket, that's great. So we need to bring the hips a little bit higher than the knees, definitely. So knees lower than the hips. You might want to sit in cross-legged, but make sure that your knees lower. Maybe you need to sit higher if you want to sit in cross-legged. Okay, the pose of adapt for me, this is very comfortable. So knees lower than the hips, my pelvis slightly tipping forward. So I have this lumbar space, lumbar curve. So, and this is good. And also you can make this adjustment, take flesh of the buttocks a little wider to the sides. So this is definitely allowing your pelvis to tip forward. And then lengthen from the base of the spine upwards. From the hips to your armpits, inhale, lift your arms, take your shoulders back, relax your shoulder blades, and then think about taking your ears back of the head back, and elongate with the crown of the head, reach upwards. So we try to elongate through the whole spine and up to the crown of the head and reaching up towards the sky. Okay, and if you're happy with your posture, then close your eyes. And we just take a few deep breaths, few deep relaxing breaths. Okay, inhaling deep into the abdomen, then into middle chest, upper chest. And as you exhale, slightly exaggerate, draw your tummy muscles in, exhale fully. And again, inhale, breathing deep, expand in all directions. And as you exhale, squeeze your tummy muscles in, exhale fully. And so on. Your breath is deep and flowing. And for your hands, if you wish to bring your thumb and finger connected, this is called Jnana Mudra, which improves concentration. Or just rest your hands on your thighs. So whatever is comfortable for you. Keeping your breath deep and flowing. And we try to use whole capacity of the lungs. As you breathe in, feel that your ribcage can expand in all directions, to the sides, to the front, to the back. Feel that expansion. And as you exhale, exaggerate with your tummy muscles, squeeze your tummy muscles in, and so on. Your breath is deep and flowing. We use deep breath to calm the mind, to calm the nervous system. Deep breath helps us to focus, and we bring more energy, more oxygen into every cell of the body. That very important healing and anti-inflammatory oxygen into every cell of the body. And as you keep in your breath deep and flowing, remind yourself about your intention. We all have intentions. Your intention can be very small or very big. Your intention can be just for this yoga class, or for a day, for a few days ahead. And if you are in doubt, ask yourself, how are you committed to yourself? How are you committed to your health? And find the inspiration in your answer. Keeping your breath deep and flowing through the rest of the practice. On your next inhale, open your eyes, Relax your arms, relax your legs, and just stretch your legs to the front and give your legs a little shake. Just relax, 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 relax. Well done. And then come on your all fours. We do a little warm up for the back, for the hips and the shoulders. And this is called cat and a cow stretch. If your knees very sensitive, bring the blanket under your knees if you need it. Okay, your hands beneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips, and your toes under. Inhale and lengthen, arms moving forward, and you push the hips back. So we want to lengthen through the sides, and then soften between your shoulder blades. Inhale, look up, and as you exhale next, chin to your chest and around. Exhale fully. Inhale, abdomen down, lift your heart between your arms, look upwards. And again, exhale and round. Exhale fully. Inhale, abdomen down, lift your heart. This is your cow stretch. And then the cat stretch. Tailbone between the sitting bones. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. We do once more. Again, exhale and round. Inhale, abdomen down, lift your heart, look up. And then as you exhale, bring your back parallel to the floor in neutral position. Well done. Engage your tummy muscle, just squeeze and lift your belly button up to your spine, and then slide your right leg back. And if it's right, lift your right leg and push your heel back. Keep your tummy muscles tight, strong, and then stretch your left arm up, thumb up towards the ceiling. And again, listen to your knees. If your knees are sensitive, maybe you need to bring blanket under your knees. Now exhale, bring it down. I'm going to change side. Left leg, sliding your foot back, lift your heel. Engage your tummy muscles and stretch your right arm up, thumb up towards the ceiling, stretch diagonally. And then exhale, bring it down. Changing sides. Again, right leg back. Keep your hips level, tummy in. Stretch your right leg, left thumb up. Well done. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Changing sides. Left leg. Right arm. Tummy muscles strong. Squeeze your belly button in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Bring it down. Well done. Make more space between your hands and your knees. Maybe moving your hands forward or your knees back. So where you have more space. And then come up to down facing dog. Squeezing your arms, squeezing your shoulders at the back. And lift your hips and stretch with your knees bent. Stretch and lengthen through your spine. Look at your hands now. I want you to spread your fingers wide and press all finger pads into the floor. A little stronger. Press, press, press. Thinking about your hands like a tiger pose. Claw the floor and stretch your hips high. And then sport walk a few times. Bend your right knee and then the left. Do it slower. Okay, slow. Feel lovely stretch for the back of the legs. Deep breath. Breathing deeply. We need lots of oxygen. Keeping your hips lifting high as you can. Well done. Take another deep breath. And then come up high on your tiptoes. Look between your hands. Bend your knees. Tummy muscles in and walk towards your hands into your forward bend. And let's take a moment in the forward bend. Make space between your feet, hips width apart or wider. Squeeze the legs. Take one hand at the back of the pelvis and check which way the pelvis tipping forward or back. Definitely forward. Bend your knees more if you need. Squeeze the legs. And now take your hands to the hips. Don't rush. You're going to come up slow. Lift your elbows, shoulders. Lift your chin. Squeeze the legs and come up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Come up standing. And then exhale. And relax your arms. And roll your shoulders. Just soften, soften, soften. Relax your neck. Okay, well done. And then please do find the belt. And do a few stretches with the belt for the shoulders. So if you can't reach your hands behind, you will need the belt. So maybe you can. So this is how you hold your hands behind. If not, then you take the belt behind and hold it like so. So if you need the belt, bring the belt on top of your shoulder, stretch your right arm upwards and your left to the side, lengthen. And then exhale, see if you can connect your hands. or hold the belt. If you need to make this adjustment, this is nice adjustment. With your right hand, move your left elbow in and wiggle your hand between the shoulder blades. And then see if you can reach. Or maybe hold the belt. Holding the belt is good. Fold your arm forward, right arm forward. Now draw your arm back into your shoulder joint. And then stretch your elbow up and up and up on straight line. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the back. Enjoy the stretch. Breathe. And don't worry, you don't have to do everything. Listen to your shoulders. If this is not suitable, you can just stretch your arms upwards. Interlace your fingers and stretch like so. Okay. Or just keep holding your hands or keep holding the belt behind. Take another deep breath. And then exhale and release. And just shake your arms. Shake, shake, shake. Roll your shoulders. Relax, relax, relax. Well done. Change inside. So maybe move the belt on the other shoulder. Okay. Left arm up, right to the side. Lengthen. And then see if you connect your hands. Or you need adjustment, like so. Elbow, draw your elbow in and wiggle your hand between your shoulder blades. Then see if you can hold your hands or hold in the belt. And again, take a moment, fold your left arm forward, and now draw your left arm back into your shoulder joint, keep it there snugly, and then lift your elbow up and up and up on straight line. Deep breath, listening to your body. Okay, relax your neck, crown of the head, reaching upwards. Keep reaching upwards, lengthening. And what would be very nice here, to engage your tummy muscles to support your posture. Squeeze your tummy muscles in. Help yourself to lengthen. Well done. Take a deep breath. Great. And then exhale and release. And just shake your arms. Shake your arms. Roll your shoulders. Soften, soften, soften. Okay, well done. Move the belt to the side. You'll need this belt later. Okay. And then come to the front of your mat. So we do this sequence called Salutation to the Sun. And we're going to do it very gently for the first round, very gently, slow, follow me. And then for the next round, I give you more advanced variations. Okay, so we start to warm up the rest of the body. Okay, bring your feet parallel, hips width apart. You're standing in the front of your mat, so you have space to step back. You bring your hands to your chest. Inhale, lift your sternum, keep your heart lifted. Exhale, relax your arms. Inhale, very gentle back bend, or just stretch upwards. And as you exhale, forward bend, bend your knees if you need. Touch the floor or your shins. And then inhale and stretch forward, holding the floor or your shins. Maybe you can straighten the legs, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Exhale, squeeze the legs and bow. And again, inhale on your finger pads. Half forward bend, we try to keep back flat, and as you exhale, squeeze the legs and bow, bend your knees if you need. And again, inhale and stretch, lengthen forward. We try to keep flat back. Exhale, squeeze the legs and bow. Now move your hands by the side of your heels and step back with your right foot back. And we go to the lower leg lunge, bring your right knee down on the floor, squeeze the legs towards each other, or think about midline of your body. So if you think about midline of your body and you draw the legs towards the midline, lengthen the tailbone, lift your chest, take a deep breath. And then exhale and step back on all fours. So this is your half plank. So in half plank, we want to see that your knees definitely back away from the hips. If they're beneath your hips, just take your knees back. So you are in a half plank. And this is important when you lie down after this half plank on the floor, so you have space to lie down. So I'm going to move the knees back. Now squeeze your shoulders, and I want you to soften and melt between your shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your shoulder blades at the back. Lift your tummy muscles, look straight. And now we're going to bend elbows back. Elbows bending back, and you lie down on your tummy. Lie down, and then point your toes back. And check the shoulders lifted, and you can exaggerate. Lift your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders at the back, and your elbows in. Now press your legs into the floor, whole legs. Lengthen the tailbone and then slow come up halfway. So just mini raised cobra. And then soften your buttocks. Your hips definitely touching the floor. Shoulders down, chin in, maybe look straight or just look down at the floor. Neck is very soft and comfortable. Inhale. And as you exhale, drag your hands back and stretch, stretch, stretch forward. Shoulders lifted, toes under, come up on your all fours. And then down facing dog, lift your hips high. Check again your hands, press all finger pads into the floor, especially your thumbs and your index fingers. And then stretch, thigh bones moving back. Deep breath. On your next inhale, come up on your tiptoes, bring your knees down to the floor, look between your hands and step forward with your right foot forward, outside of your right hand. Take a deep breath. Well done, engage your tummy muscles and then step forward into your forward bend. Space between your feet, hips width apart, squeeze the legs, bend your knees if you need, one hand at the lower back, again checking back of the pelvis, definitely tipping forwards, not back. Squeeze the legs, press down with your feet and come up. Inhale, lengthen. Salute to the sun. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, you are at the front of your mat, just check. With your left side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, forward bend, strong legs, bend your knees if you need. Inhale on your finger pads and stretch forward, flat back. Exhale, bow over your legs. Move your hands by the side of your heels. Step back with your left. Step back with your left foot back. Take a deep breath. And if you can keep your back leg straight, please do. If not, if you need to bring your knee down, that's okay. Just bring your knee down, squeeze the legs, engage your tummy muscles, lift your tummy muscles to your spine, look straight, deep breath, strong legs. Think about again, midline of your body. You're squeezing the legs towards the midline. Lovely. And now step back into the plank or half plank. Again, choose your option. Plank with straight legs, or maybe just half plank with the knees down, and that's okay. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your shoulders at the back, tummy muscles lifted. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your knees down. Knees down, look at your elbows. Inside of your elbows facing forward, so you can bend your elbows back. So if you're not sure, inside of your elbows, these parts. So when you're placing your hands on the floor, you rotate your arms this way. So inside of the elbows facing forward, so you can bend your elbows back with ease. Okay, let's try that. Let's check. Okay, spread your fingers wide, inside of your elbows facing forward. Now you bend your elbows back and lie down on your tummy. As you lie on your tummy, keep your shoulders lifted, Well done. Squeeze your shoulders at the back, point your toes back, press your whole legs down, lengthen the tailbone, come up to raise cobra, and move your shoulders away from your ears. Do a little double chin, look straight. Inhale. Exhale, drag your hands back and stretch, stretch, stretch forward. Again, exaggerate with your shoulders, keep your shoulders lifted. Toes under, down facing dog, or come on your all fours. And then down facing dog, lift your hips high, press all finger pads into the floor, and extend your thigh bones back, heels down. And it's okay to have your knees bent if you need it. We want to keep back as long as possible. Tummy muscles engaged, squeeze your belly button up to your spine. On your next inhale, come up on your tiptoes and look between your hands. If you can, next stage, lifting the left leg up, look between your hands. This is where you're going to try to step and step forward. Help with your hand. If this is not for you, you can do this. Knees down and then step forward with your left. And you're helping with your hand, absolutely fine. Lift your chest, maybe straighten your back leg. Squeeze the legs, lift your chest, deep breath. Exhale, tummy muscles engaged. Use your core muscles to step forward and step forward. Forward bend. Space between your feet, hips width apart, don't rush. Squeeze the legs towards the midline of your body. Keep that energy. Press down with your feet and come up. Inhale, lift. Salute to the sun. Exhale. And your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath. And then relax your arms. Take a moment. Maybe you need to have a little break. Have water, sip of water. I definitely want a little bit of water. Okay. So the next one. Let's check the posture. And for the next posture, I want you to take a block or the brick. So whatever you have at home, block or the brick. And we're going to squeeze here between the inner thighs. So let's squeeze between the inner thighs and you're looking at your feet. Ideally, what you want to see, your feet parallel. Look at the mount of the second toes and then draw lines to the middle of your ankles. So make those lines parallel. So if you need to bring brick this way, you can bring this way, but make sure that ideally you want that space. Hips width apart. Okay, so now take your hands to the hips. Okay, squeeze that block between your inner thighs. Lengthen upwards, away from the hips. And we're going to check, now look at the side and check where the hips, you want to see your hips above your ankles. So if your hips here in front of your ankles, what you do? So this very easy movement, lift your toes upwards, squeeze the block. The block represents midline of your body here. So you engage in the legs a little bit more towards the midline. And now with your inner thighs, move the block back. Use your inner thighs, you're hugging the block and moving the block back. And again, checking your hips above your ankles. This is what you want to see. So the hips there. So this is good for the lower back. This is good for your posture. And this is good for the hips as well. So let's think about your tailbone. Lengthening the tailbone between the sitting bones just enough to feel the engagement of all your lower core muscles. So you feel, okay, my tummy muscles start to engage. Okay, you don't want flat back, because this is what you don't want when your hips moving forward. So the hips still back, hips above your ankles. A little bit of tailbone to engage your core muscles. Then relax your arms by the sides, palms facing forward. Like so, palms facing forward, so the shoulder blades nicely sitting flat on your upper back and your neck is soft. Chin level. Let's make adjustments for the neck. Thinking about your ears moving back, your upper palate moving back. So thinking about this alignment when the crown of the head above your shoulders, shoulders above the hips, and your hips above your ankles. Take a moment here, deep breath, hug the block a little stronger between your inner thighs, and if you can relax your toes, then relax your toes. And if this happens when your body leans forward, so you do it again, lift your toes upwards, move the hips back, move the shoulders back, relax your neck, crown of the head, reaching upwards, keep lengthening and extending. Squeeze the block a little stronger. Good posture. And this is in yoga. This is called Tadasana or mountain pose. Feel your foundation strong, your feet grounded on the floor and the crown of the head. At the peak of the mountain, reaching upwards, stretching and lengthening upwards. Take another deep breath. Well done, and then relax. Relax, take the block into your hands and just shake your legs. Relax, relax, relax. So this is good. The block is great to remind you about the midline. So we're going to come to the front of the mat again. So when we do next posture, when we do next time the Tadasana, we're not going to forget about the block, but we're going to think about imaginary block between the inner thighs. Okay, so let's come to the front and we do one of the warrior postures, warrior 2, stepping back with the right foot, big step. Let's step back, right foot back, and you check your front heel in line with the middle of your back and step. And then you bend your front knee above your front ankle. So the warrior two is the standing hip opener. So we're going to take hands on the hips and we're going to move the hips back. And like in Tadasana, you're going to check your hip in line with your knee and your back ankle. So just checking this alignment. Okay, well done. And if you can, sit low on the front hip, but keep your knee above your ankle. Squeeze the legs towards the midline. Engage your tummy muscles, stretch your arms and look over your left. So this is your warrior two pose. Strong posture, building the strength on the legs, the hips, the lower back, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Breathing deeply. And let's check core muscles. Squeeze your tummy muscles in. Pelvic floor muscles lifting up. Keep that engagement. Strong core muscles supporting your back, supporting your pelvis, your hips. Well done. Now inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, stretch to the left and then big circle with your right arm. If you can, touch the floor. And you're going to step back to down facing dog. Take a deep breath. Stretch your hips high. Move your inner thighs back, heels down towards the floor. If you have to keep your knees bent, absolutely fine. Take a deep breath and then come up high on your tiptoes. Look between your hands, bend your knees and walk towards your hands into your forward bend. Make space between your feet, hips width apart or wider. Squeeze the legs, bend your knees if you need. Again, back of the pelvis tipping forward. Press down with your feet and come up. Inhale, come up. We're going to stretch. Salute into the sun. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Okay, we're going to change side. Now stepping back with the left. Left foot back. Big step. And again, checking front heel in line with the middle of your back and step. Bend your front knee. Knee above your front ankle. Hips moving back with your hands. And again, checking hip in line with your knee and your back ankle. Make adjustments. Sit lower if you can. Watching the front knee, again, knee above your ankle. Facing the same direction as your second toe. Squeeze the hips. Stretch your arms, look over your right. Deep breath. And let's check how you feel in your lower back and your hips. Think about the back of the waistline moving just a little bit more back, and this helps you to engage your core muscles. So the back of the waistline moving back, tailbone is lengthening, core muscles strong, engaged, strong warrior pose. Building the strength on the legs, the hips, the lower back, opening the shoulders. Another deep breath. And then inhale, lengthen, stretch to the right, big circle with your left arm, touch the floor if you can, and then step back again to down facing dog. Carefully step back and stretch. Press all finger pads into the floor, four corners of the hands, lift your hips, engage your core muscles and extend your legs back. Strong posture, using the core muscles. On your next inhale, on your tiptoes, look between your hands, bend your knees and walk in. Walk towards your hands into your forward bend. Make space between your feet, hips width apart or wider. Bend your knees if you need. Squeeze the legs. Press down with your feet, come up standing. Inhale, big circle with your arms. Salute to the sun. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a deep breath. Relax your arms by the side, and again, you are in Tadasana. Look at the side, braid the hips. Hips above your ankles. If they're in front of your ankles, remember those toes. Lift your toes, move the hips back. Little bit of tailbone, lengthen through your whole spine. And just imagine the block. Imagine the block between your inner thighs. Squeeze the legs, squeeze that imaginary block. Keep your tummy muscles engaged, relax your neck. Okay, stay there. And if you can relax your toes, keeping this good alignment, try that again, relax your toes. And if the weight of your body moving forward, again, lift your toes upwards, hips back, little bit of tailbone, check in, okay, hips above my ankles, Shoulder blades flat on your upper back. Relax your neck. Crown of the head reaching upwards. Take a deep breath. Well done. It's good to remind yourself about good posture, good alignment. Great, and then relax. Shake your legs, shake your arms, relax your shoulders. And about this Tadasana posture, I suggest practice during the day. Just creating this good habit to be in a good posture. Like for example, put the kettle on. So you're going to wait for maybe for a couple of minutes while the kettle boils. And you can practice this posture while you're just watching the kettle, moving the hips back, shoulders back, relaxing your neck and lengthening. So it's good to remind yourself during the day about the good posture. Okay, so creating good habits. This is what yoga is about. We're creating better habits in our life. Okay, so now we're going to squat and sit on the floor. If you're happy to squat, just take your feet wider than your hips or as wide as your yoga mat. Okay, and then stretch your arms in front. So if it's okay with your knees, we're going to squat. Inhale. And as you exhale, move the hips back and your knees back. So let's go halfway, just testing the water. Take a moment here. Engage your tummy muscles and we're going to come up standing. Stand. And now exhale, relax your arms. If that was too much for your knees, what you can do, you can keep your feet parallel, hips width apart, and you can do this squat. This is the chair pose, one variation or another variation. Okay, but if you're happy to follow me again into the squat, take your feet wide again, stretch your arms, inhale, and as you exhale, going halfway or maybe a little bit lower this time, just a little lower. Take your time. Well then maybe even lower, and then bring your hands together and with your elbows take your knees wider apart. If this is too much for your knees, again your toes, very important, lift your toes upwards, and that also will help you to restore your inner arches. You can look at your inner arches, you definitely have your inner arches here. Okay, knees wide, engaging all the core muscles, pelvic floor muscles lifting, tummy muscles engaged. So keep that engagement, take a moment, deep breath, well done. And the next you're going to sit on the floor. If you need to hold the floor with your hands, hold one hand in front, one hand behind, and then sit and then stretch your legs to the front and give your legs a little shake. Okay, relax your legs, relax, relax, relax. So that was good, that was lovely squat. Now we're going to work a little bit more on the hips. Come on your all fours. On all fours. And we need a blanket. So let's bring the blanket under the knees. So you feel more comfortable when you practice these hip openers. Okay. And we're going to start 3 rounds in a cat and a cow stretch, like we did in the beginning. So inhale, this is your cow stretch. And then exhale, the cat stretch. And again, inhale the cow stretch, and then exhale the cat stretch. We do once more, and again inhale the low cat, and then exhale and round. Well done. And then bring your back parallel to the floor in neutral position. Great. And now look at your hands and step forward with your left foot outside of your left hand. Okay, and you take your back knee back. Maybe you have that extra space, just take your back knee back a little bit more. And if this is too much and you need to hold the block, that's okay, just hold the block in front. And if you feel this is just enough of the stretch for the hips, that's fine, you can stop here. Or if you're okay, to move your hands to the right side, 45 degrees to the right. Okay, moving to the right. Now soften between your shoulder blades, soften, soften, relax your neck, engage your tummy muscles, lift your tummy muscles up, and if it's appropriate, take your hands wider. This is your lizard pose. Hands wider than the shoulders, lift your elbows, squeeze your shoulders at the back, and maybe straighten your back leg, but don't worry, you don't have to. If you can, straighten your back leg. If not, just keep your knee down, absolutely fine. Squeeze your shoulders at the back, lift your tummy muscles, and have a good stretch for the hips. And don't worry to do everything. Okay, press your back foot into the floor stronger. Press, 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 especially if you have straight leg. You press your toes even stronger. On your next inhale, bring your back knee down, move your hands beneath your face. Okay, we're going to step back on all fours. Step back and roll the hips. We're going to roll the hips in circular motions to ease the hips. Keep your toes under, and you roll the hips one direction. Let's do about 4 or 5 times. And then another direction. Nice and easy. Well done. And then change in direction. Great. Lovely gentle movements. Lovely self-massage for the hips. Brilliant. And then we change legs. Okay. So looking at the legs, Lulu, you can go back to your bed or you sit here. Okay. So we're going to change legs now. So look at your hands. I'm going to move this way for you so you can see me better. Okay. And we're going to step forward with the right foot outside of your right hand. Okay. Back knee moving back a little bit more. And it would be very nice now to check the space between your feet. Still the same space between your feet, hips width apart. This is good for the lower back and the hips. And if you need to hold the block again, hold the block, or move your hands 45 degrees to the left now. Can you do this? But don't worry, you don't have to do everything. Now let's soften again and melt between the shoulder blades. Soften and melt. Lift your tummy muscles. You want to keep long back, straight back, lengthening away from the hips. Take your hands on your finger pads if that's okay, and take them wider than the shoulders. Lift your elbows, squeeze your shoulders in the back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And maybe straighten your back leg, if you can, but don't worry, you don't have to do everything. Maybe you can straighten your back leg, maybe not. Doesn't matter, just listen to your body and adjust to your practice. Pressing your back foot into the floor stronger, press, 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 a little stronger. Front hip moving forward, you have great stretch for the hips. Well done. And then release, slowly release. Move your hands beneath your face. And again, step back on all fours. And again, rolling the hips, rolling and releasing all the unnecessary tension. Okay, lovely self-massage for the hips here. Rolling movements. Okay, well done. And now we're going to sit into the child pose. Flatten your feet now, big toes touching, take your knees wide. And you sit back, closer to the heels as far as you can. Soften between your shoulder blades, bring your forehead on the floor, or maybe you need your hands beneath your forehead, that's okay. Maybe you need fist beneath your forehead, and maybe this is what you need. Relax there, soften. Take another couple of deep breaths. The hips moving back to the heels. Softening, relaxing. Take another deep breath. And then lift your head up. Slide your hands to your knees. Well done. And swing your legs to the front. Okay. Maybe move the blankets just to the side for now. And sit on the block. So sit on the block. And we do Tadasana or the cobbler pose. So block is great here. You're bringing your hips a little higher and you bring your feet together for Tadasana. Okay, so if you can, we're going to try this little balance. I'll show you on the side how it looks on the side, and then we do it together. So maybe if you're very comfortable here, so we're going to start opening the hips, and then we're going to move hands forward. And if it's appropriate, maybe you can engage your tummy muscles a little stronger, and maybe you lean forward more and lift the hips off the block and you have a stronger stretch for the hips, if this is appropriate. Okay, so let's do it slower. Okay, so I'll face you now. Your feet together, you hold your shins, and you look at your feet joining. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, tummy in, and you're folding forward, elbows wide, and you press your elbows into your legs up into your elbows. So let's start with this, where you're creating good resistance. Your legs lifting up into your arms, and your arms pressing into your legs. Good resistance, and you stretch forward, stretch. Okay, opening the hips. Okay, your tummy muscles engaged, and we're going to try to keep the back straight. Back straight, deep breath, good resistance between your arms and your legs. Well done. We're going to come up now, have a little break, stretch your legs, and we do second round. And when you do second round, we're going to try to balance there. So let's just relax the legs, relax. Well done. Second round, bring your feet together. And you squeeze your feet, squeeze. Look at your toes, spread your toes a lot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze your tummy muscles in and folding forward. And it doesn't matter how far you go again, elbows wide. Let's just again to create that resistance between your legs and your arms. You feel your inner thighs engaged. This is good workout for your inner thighs. Now your inner thighs moving back. And maybe you can stretch your hands forward. Okay, hold the floor like a Spider-Man hands, make finger pads on the floor. Squeeze your feet. Move your thigh bones more back and up. So, and try to use your core muscles when you're lifting. You're moving all the energy back and up. And lift. Look at your feet again and just again check your feet. Squeezing against each other, your toes active. Well done, super stretch for the hips. Maybe you're lifting your hips off the block, maybe not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Have a good stretch there. Take another deep breath. And then slowly come back. Coming back. Okay, and now again, stretch your legs and relax. Relax your legs. Give them a little shake. Relax. Okay, well done. And then sit on the floor. You might need a block, but just sit on the floor for now. Okay, bend your right leg. Point your toes and take your heel into the groin. So we warmed up hips very nicely. And the forward bend after the hip openers is much easier. So let's make space between the sitting bones again. Take the flesh of your buttocks wider. Allow the pelvis to tip forward. And this is where you, again, holding, touching with the lower back. Take one hand to the lower back and check. Your back is straight, not rounded. Okay, the lower back is very happy here. Okay, take your hands behind. Press into the floor with your finger pads and just absorb this front leg. Your second toe, mount of your second toe in line with the middle of your ankle and your knee. And if you're sitting on the floor, not on the block, make your hamstrings a little wider. Okay, so what you do here, you take the flesh of your thighs into your hands and you rotate all that flesh inwards, hamstrings a little wider, and again you press your leg into the floor. And if you touch the front thigh muscles, so these muscles working hard, so this protecting you from overstretching, pressing your inner thighs down. Now inhale and stretch. And as you exhale, folding from the hips, it doesn't matter how far. And again, inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, tummy muscles engaged. And fold over your front leg. And if you can hold your foot with one hand, please do. Another hand goes on the floor, like a Spider-Man hand. Or maybe you can hold your foot with two hands, but don't worry. You don't have to do everything. If you just have to hold the floor behind in order to keep your back upright, straight, that's fine. Okay, let's check again this front leg. Press your heel down into the floor stronger. Your toes active. Well done. Tummy muscles engaged. Lift your tummy muscles up. Brilliant. Whatever variation you practice, lengthening on the inhalation and folding on the exhalation. Relaxing the neck, chin slightly in, and your neck is in line with your spine. Deep breath. On your next inhale, come back. Inhale, come back. Stretch your both legs and give your legs a little shake. Relax, relax, relax. That's great. We change side. Changing legs now. We're going to bend left. Again, I'm going to swing around. Bend your left. Point your toes. Take your heel into the groin. Adjust the space again. Move flesh of the buttocks wider. On the front leg, if you're sitting on the floor, make your hamstrings wide and press your legs down. Take your hands behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tummy muscles engaged, folding from the hips. It doesn't matter how far you go. And again, inhale, extend. Exhale, tummy muscles engaged, folding. Okay, checking again this front leg, press down. If you sit on the floor, again, touch the front thigh muscles, working hard. Okay, working hard, protecting you from overstretching. And again, inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold. If you can hold your foot with one hand, go for it. Or maybe two, it doesn't matter. Again, breath is very important. Inhale, you stretch and lengthen away from the hips. Exhale, tummy engaged, and you fold. And again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, tummy muscles engaged, and you fold. So wherever you are, whatever posture or whatever variation you're using, okay, the breath is the same. Neck is soft, chin slightly in, back of the neck is long and soft. Okay, well done. Another deep breath. And then come back. Inhale, come back. And relax your legs. Relax and shake your legs. Relax, relax, lean back, tip the pelvis forward, relax your legs. Would be very nice now to lie down on the back and do a little self-massage. So let's lie down on the back with the knees to your chest. Hug your knees with your hands. Toes active. And rock from side to side. Okay. Feel the back of the pelvis on the floor. So you have lovely massage for the back of the pelvis. Okay, well done. And then bring each hand on top of your knee and do rolling movements. Clockwise direction, then anti-clockwise direction. And you can do this few times. And any combination you want. Again, rocking, rolling. So whatever you feel you need it. And also you can take your legs very wide, keep your toes active, and you do rowing movements. So you're taking each knee in different direction. Yeah, so this is lovely for the tight hips. This is lovely for tight back. Or after strong postures, when you want just to give yourself a little self-massage. This is nice. Nice and relaxing for the hips, for the lower back. How's your breath? Check with your breath. Breath is easy and flowing. Well done. Take another deep breath. And then place your feet on the floor. Roll over to your side. Come up to the sitting and watch me for a moment. So for the next posture, I want to show you what we're going to do. We're going to use the block or the brick, so whatever you have, and you're going to place it under your back of the pelvis, so under your sacrum. Place it there comfortably, and then you're just stretching your legs upwards. So we're going to stay here for a little while. So just getting used to have your legs up, and then you're going to place your feet on the floor and come up into the gentle bridge pose. Maybe this variation, then you're going to move the block to the side, interlace your fingers, and maybe a little bit more advanced option. Okay, and then bring your hips down. Okay, so let's try. So lie down on the floor, bend your knees, take the block, and place your block under the back of the pelvis. Okay, comfortably, so you can feel okay. So this is very comfortable. I can rest on the block. Take your time, make your shoulder blades flat on the floor, and then lift your legs upwards. Legs up, take a deep breath. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Let's take about 5-6 deep breaths. So we're just getting used to have this gentle back bend, hips lifted, legs, you can see your feet high. So this is sort of also little preparations for the shoulder stand, which we're going to do it later, not tonight. Just lifting the legs up. Just getting used to have your legs up. And this is very nice and relaxing for the legs. If you do lots of walking, running, you feel your legs tight, this is a great posture to practice. Or if you suffer with varicose veins, this is a lovely posture to practice. Or share this posture with your friends who have varicose veins or restless legs syndrome. Well done. Take another deep breath. And then bend your knees. Place your feet on the floor, hips width apart. Okay, and maybe move the block now to the side. Okay, keep your hips lifted. Okay, lift them a little higher if you can, watching the lower back. If it's too much for the lower back, so just go lower, just soften your buttocks, soften the hips. Press your elbows into the floor, lift your chest. Maybe you can interlace your fingers beneath your back. Roll the shoulders closer to each other. Lift your heart higher, hips higher, and your knees moving forward. So we're extending through the front of the body, knees moving forward, chest lifted, lovely back bend. Nice to finish with the back bend. Back bends release lots of energy and makes you feel better. Yeah, if you have to stay on your elbows, absolutely fine. If you can't interlace your fingers beneath your back. Squeeze your feet and your shins in and your knees moving forward. Lengthening through the front of the body. And now inhale. And as you exhale, the hips go down first. Groins down, hips down. Relax, relax your legs. Just stretch your legs and give them a little shake. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, well done. So now, lie down in your Shavasana. So if you would like to just come up and watch me for a second, I remind you and show you Shavasana. It's like that. When your feet are wider than the hips, you take your arms to the sides, you relax your shoulder blades, tip the pelvis forward, and you have this little space between the lower back and your yoga mat. And then you relax completely. Okay. If you need to put your socks on, jumpers on, please do. Or maybe you need to have a blanket and cover yourself with a blanket, please do. And then lay down and relax. Okay. I'll guide you again through all the alignment. So your feet wider than the hips, that's great. Well done. And then press the hips into the floor to restore the lumbar space. And if you're not sure, just take one hand at the lower back and check. Okay, there is a space between the lower back and the yoga mat or the floor. Well done. Wiggle your shoulders, your shoulder blades flat on the floor, arms away from your body, palms facing upwards. Back of the head nicely balanced on the floor, and if you're not sure, just roll your head from shoulder to shoulder. Relax all neck muscles. And then come back to the middle. Smile to relax your facial muscles. Leave the beginning of the smile on your face. And feel your forehead becoming wider and smoother. Relax your scalp. Relax your ears, the skin beneath your ears. And relax your breathing, slow down your breath. And then bring your awareness to your heart center. And imagine breathing in and out through your heart. The inhalation flows into the heart. The exhalation flows out of the heart. With each breath, your awareness moving deeper into your heart space. And now visualize a person who for you symbolizes unconditional love and acceptance. It can be a loved one, it can be a spiritual figure, or if you prefer, think of the pure energy of love and compassion. The inhalation flows into the heart. The exhalation flows out of the heart. With each breath, feel the energy of love, acceptance, and openness move through you. And you feel it rhythmically, like waves of the ocean, moving through your entire body and out into the universe. The inhalation flows into the heart. The exhalation flows out of the heart. And now allow this heart energy to radiate out and feeling every part of the body, feeling every cell of the body with the energy of your heart. The energy of love, the energy, acceptance, compassion, feeling every cell of the body, every part of the body with the energy of your heart, until you feel that your inner body has been expanded and full of the energy of your heart. The inhalation flows into the heart. The exhalation flows out of the heart. And now allow your inner light to radiate out of you in every direction. At this moment, if you would like to send a message into the universe, let's do that. Sending the message into the universe of blessing, and allow this message to reach all and bless all. For example, may all beings be well. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. And allow this message to reach and touch all. Radiating your inner light in every direction. And now, as your meditation comes to the end, bring your awareness back to your own heart center, back to your surroundings, to the room you are in, to your friends, to your family, to your pets next to you. Deepen your breath, extend your inhalations and exhalations. And then make little movements, wiggle your toes, your fingers. Slide your legs together, arms by the side of your body. And then inhale and stretch, take your arms over your head. Flex your feet and stretch away from the waistline. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And when you feel sufficiently stretched, bend your knees. Hug your knees with your hands. Gently rock from side to side. Just take your time, reawakening the lower back. Do this a few times, rocking from side to side. Lovely. And then roll over to your right hand side and come up to the sitting. And then just sit comfortably for a moment with your hands in a Jali Mudra in front of your heart. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and then slightly lean back just to feel strong support of your back muscles. Support, steadiness of the universe. Reflect your practice, reflect your intention of the practice. Notice how you feel. Enjoy extra strength, flexibility, and clarity of mind. Wishing yourself health, happiness, and freedom from suffering. We finish with one gentle Om. Exhale first. Inhale. Om. Bow your head to your heart, to the light within you, and open your eyes. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much. Namaste. And have a lovely day or evening.